There are currently several clinical trials that mesothelioma patients may be able to participate in to help researchers find new treatment options for this type of cancer. Clinical trials play an important role in developing and improving therapies. Participating allows patients early access to new drugs or procedures that are being studied and investigated for safety and effectiveness. Some of the largest clinical trial programs for mesothelioma are run by the National Cancer Institute, NCI. The NCI is part of the National Institutes of Health and is the federal government's primary agency for cancer research. They have a number of early-phase studies looking at new targeted therapies, immunotherapy drugs, and drug combinations for mesothelioma. These include trials testing inhibitors of specific genes and pathways known to play roles in mesothelioma growth, as well as immune checkpoint inhibitors aimed at helping the body's own immune system better recognize and attack cancer cells. Another good source for mesothelioma clinical trials is the Educational Hospital Center in Paris, France. They have an extensive mesothelioma research program and are actively recruiting for several studies. Some current trials include testing immunotherapy drugs alone or in combination with chemotherapy, as well as looking at new targeted therapies and predictive biomarkers. Eligibility criteria include requirements such as histological confirmation of mesothelioma, no prior treatment for advanced disease, and meeting certain health standards after a medical evaluation. In the United States, major cancer centers like MD Anderson Cancer Center in Texas, Johns Hopkins Kimmel Cancer Center in Maryland, and Mayo Clinic in Minnesota also have ongoing mesothelioma clinical trial programs. Some Phase 2 trials they are conducting assess new targeted drug combinations, ways to boost immunotherapy response, and compare standard chemotherapy regimens. Multi-institutional trials sponsored by research groups like the American Lung Association and SWOG, a cancer research cooperative group, provide additional options. When looking for mesothelioma clinical trials to participate in, it's important to find ones that match your specific disease characteristics and treatment history. Not all studies will be appropriate for every patient's situation. Reliable trial matching services can help narrow options down based on factors like the stage and histology of a patient's cancer, any previous therapies received, and trial design specifics. Some important things to keep in mind and discuss with your doctor regarding clinical trial participation include the trial's purpose and procedures, potential risks and benefits compared to standard therapies, extra test and monitoring requirements, and whether insurance will cover trial-related costs. It's also advised to thoroughly research the clinical trial sponsor through sources like clinicaltrials.gov to verify the study's credentials before agreeing to enroll. With the rarity of mesothelioma and need for continued research progress, clinical trials are critical for advancing treatment options that may help both current and future patients. While they require an extra level of effort and commitment beyond standard care, participating can provide cutting-edge care while also contributing to the overall scientific understanding of this disease. Talking to your medical oncologist is the best way to find out about any mesothelioma clinical trial opportunities that you may qualify for and could potentially benefit from. There are a variety of active clinical trials for mesothelioma patients being conducted through major cancer research programs in the United States and abroad. Some focus on immunotherapy drugs, targeted therapies, and chemotherapy combinations. Reliable matching services and discussions with your doctor can help identify specific studies that suit an individual's disease and medical history. While requiring further commitment, clinical trials offer eligible patients access to investigational treatments that may deliver better outcomes than existing standard options.